Welcome to a special stream, something that we are going to be doing for, every other week or so. We are playing Dungeons and Dragons with this wonderful group of people, and I hope you all enjoy. We are getting ready to start, so I gotta let them know that I'm ready.
Get this story going, all right?
Sounds good.
Perfect.
Right.
Oops.
The rebellion has taken its toll on the Imperial armies over the last 100 years. These armies are not weak, but 100 years of infighting have led to them becoming more thin in certain parts of the realm. Over the years, there have been numerous uprisings and attempts to overthrow King Eric for his crimes against the people of Deusner and against their patron god Zilthara. King Eric, in his youthful and charismatic naivety, showed disrespect to Zilthara and towards the people of his land. Though the people thought him a good king, Zilthara saw the lust for grander power in his heart and his willingness to go through with unspeakable acts to maintain it. He had begun down a dark path when a messenger of Zilthara first appeared to him, and King Eric sent him away,
Best guy,
refusing to
welcome
heed
in.
counsel, causing Zilthara to place this present curse on the land. King Eric to this day still curses Zilthara for this divine intervention. When one crosses into Deusner from the west, they find themselves having come to the exterior of the eastern border, and vice versa, north and south. The citizens of Deusner, unable to leave due to the curse's constraints on those trapped within when the curse fell, find themselves forever in a struggle between good and evil, and forever with the desire to once again be free. King Eric curses Zilthara still, unable to comprehend that it was by his own hand that this curse befell his lands and his subjects. The effects of the curse have left him suspended in life, having aged minimally since the curse began. These years of suspended animation have pushed King Eric to the brink of insanity. Will the party be able to free the realm from this curse and the rule of a tyrant king? Will they fall valiantly in the fight between good and evil? Or will they succumb to the dark twisting nature of the curse of Deusner? Our story begins here, in the Ironcrag mines and prison camps. The party has collectively found themselves taken prisoner by the armies of King Eric Valmont and are being held as forced laborers to help fuel the Deusner war machine. At this time, you all awake in your cells. Let me get this pulled back up. At this time, you all awake back in your cells, with Murdane, Flint, and Rakiri in the western cell, Onyx, Makira, and Nim in the east. Onyx, having been one of the first to arrive 2 days ago, has already had to witness people come and go. And as of this present time, everyone else, other than Onyx, has gotten in within the last 12 hours. The story is yours to take from here. There is a guard directly outside the door.
All right. Now, quick question, DM.
Quick answer.
So, why exactly were we arrested? I'm confused.
So, okay, I thought I covered that in the thing there. So,
You might have, and I might have just zoned.
no, it's
in neurodivergency.
No. I know I didn't cover it in this part. I thought I covered it in the Discord at some point. So the big deal is the big deal that a lot of the party has been a part of is that in Onyx's case, she specifically was part of the uprising. She was part of a new group of adventurers that were trying to overthrow King Eric, whereas the rest of you were kind of in the wrong place at the wrong time. That's kind of unfortunately where a lot of you are at. The only one written into this who was having any direct correlation to going against King Eric was Onyx. And then as far as that was concerned, yeah, it was more just a wrong place at the wrong time there while everybody was getting captured and his armies were kind of just going through the land pillaging to bring people into forced labor.
Okay, got it.
Okay.
And I apologize that it is a prison start. I know that's not the most original start, but this is kind of where we got to start at.
It could always be a tavern.
Okay.
I will never start in a tavern again. Those are too Those are too basic.
There's
big
stories
thing-
about him
Stories.
starting in tavern.
Oh.
Oh no. We can go over those when there's not a stream intact here. So
Mm-hmm.
the big thing here.
Oh.
The big thing here. For those of you who see the map, I see Rikiri moving towards the guard right now. The big goal here, I would imagine, is that you guys want to get out. And the only
Are we
thing
currently bound?
I'm sorry?
Are we currently bound?
No, you were just in these cages with these beds. I know the map shows a slightly larger display, but that's just because of the sizing issues of using this VTT. So you guys are free to roam within your caves. The only things at your disposal currently are the pickaxes that are on the ground. And specifically in Murdane, Flintlocks, and Rikiri's cell, you guys do have a fireplace in there as well with some broken glass on the ground.
Okay.
Oh, it can't ping. Okay.
So yeah.
There's a trap door in our room.
There's
There-
a point
there-
and ping, which is the target symbol in the left hand.
Mm-hmm.
Would I be able
Where
to
did-
treat
where did my
the
word go?
pickaxe the same thing as a hand axe?
I would allow it.
Okay.
I know
Easy
it's got
enough,
its own.
things.
I know it's got its own. I know a pickaxe has its own set of things, but I do not want to pull up a whole separate thing just for something that is effectively the same item.
Same.
So yeah,
as
these
of right this
pickaxes.
present moment, we don't have any of our normal equipment.
Correct. Your normal equipment is being kept elsewhere.
Gotcha. Did they let me keep my cigarette case?
They did let you keep your cigarette case because it just looks like a cigarette case.
Good. I mean, there's some things going up for Flint.
Right.
I go ahead and go towards the door and look to see if there's like slots, slits, or anything in there, if it's just like a wooden door.
So there are slits and slots in the door. You can see into the eastern cell. You can see where Onyx, Nim, and Makira are all at. Obviously, from your vantage point, you can't see Makira, and you would be able to see the guard in the hallway.
Okay. I go ahead and go up, and knock on the door, and I shout to the guard, "Hey, when's food?"
Food will get here when the food gets here, prisoner.
I'm
You
like,
see me just start to like tower over him, like you clearly see how big of a dude I am. You think I'm gonna get food just eventually? Like, I need something to contain all of this.
The food will get here when the food gets here, prisoner. And this door standing between us means I'm not afraid of you.
Is there any like space for me to be able to move my arm between? Because I saw that there was like holes in it.
There are holes in it. You may try.
Okay, I'm definitely going to try. Would that be a sleight of hand check?
So yeah, do a sleight of hand check to see if you can get through there.
Okay.
So rather, before you go wasting a roll on this, what exactly are you trying to do?
I'm mainly just trying to grab him and be like, I can grab you if I want to. Think twice about trying to act all big and bad next time.
Okay, yeah, go for
No,
it.
by no means doing any actual damage to him, but just mainly just being like, I have your card.
No, I definitely get you. I just didn't know if you were gonna try and like do something else with that. By all means, you could go ahead and make that sleight of hand check.
Got a 10.
All right. Your arm just barely fits through as you manage to grab the nape of this man's collar and pull him into the door.
I go and just, as he gets closer, just look down at him and was like, next time you talk to me, you're not going to talk to me like I'm just a regular piece of trash, okay? You got me? And I like tighten my hand on him a little bit.
Okay. I see we've reached an understanding. And the guard just pushes himself away. The guard's going to move away now, and this is your opportunity Actually, he's gonna run. He's going to run quickly because no prisoner should be able to do that. This is your guys' opportunity as the party to kind of discuss, since I did leave openings in your cells to be able to talk to each other.
Sorry.
What were you trying to do?
He annoyed me. I was showing him his place.
Annoyed him. We need to knock him out and get out of here.
Yeah, I didn't really think of that in the moment. It was a very spur of the moment. Hindsight's 2020.
Is there a way for all of us to communicate together, or is it just cell by cell right now?
So, if you look on the map, Dark Whispers, and you see where Onyx and Raikiri are standing, you
Yeah.
can move your token to the door. You just can't trample over each other.
Are you ladies
So-
okay?
Kim just wakes up and jumps off of the bed because it's taller than she is.
Are you ladies okay? Are you a child?
What? Excuse me?
I guess
No.
not.
Does anyone remember how they got here? What were they?
I was
what were you guys
arrested.
doing?
I was arrested.
I was on the bender with some. I was just on the bender with some buddies, trying to blow off steam after my travels.
Tried to seduce the wrong guard.
I was out at the
Oh,
market.
that'll usually get you into trouble.
I'm coming.
Get out of the woods and wrong. I took a wrong turn. So next thing I knew, they just had me by my arms and wouldn't let me go away.
I look over and see the guard. I'm like, "Oh, were you able to bring food?"
We don't need food. We need to get out of here.
This guard throws a couple small pieces of bread through this at you. Bending
Hey,
down to
you gonna
kind of catch
share?
one that bending down that kind of catch one that knocked off of the door.
You gonna share
How
that with
wide is
us?
the
Slide
opening?
that through here.
Yeah, I go ahead and try and catch all three before they hit the ground.
Yeah, that I'm not gonna make you roll for that. You caught
Cool.
them.
And I just kind of look at him and was like, "Next time, just let's be better. We already know the sword means nothing. Okay, okay." And I go ahead and just turn it off without even waiting for the response. And I started handing them out like as if we're all getting all the rations.
Okay, that will work.
Question: did they search me very well to where they might have found hidden tools in my corset?
They would not have gone under your clothes. They only searched the upper level pockets.
Okay. Murdane has a tendency to keep thieves' tools in her corset, like built into the bones.
Okay. That would be useful.
So she's gonna kind
That's
of
cool.
eyeball the door and see if she could potentially work it to where she can get the lock undone.
I'll give you room. I'll give you room. Go ahead.
Is
All
this
right.
is this a door? What was the ping button? So this right here in the middle is a door as well, correct?
So that is a poorly made little bit of stuff right there. So you've got a door that separates you from the eastern cell and a door that separates you from the hallway.
Okay, and is the door that separates us from the eastern cell, is that closed and locked?
Your doors between each other are closed and locked, yes.
Hmm.
But I will say I will give you guys a little bit of something on this one, is that they're not very, like, these aren't iron doors. These are wooden doors used to keep people who are just laborers at bay, and all they're really meant to do is just to be something between them. There's nothing really special about them.
If it was made of stone, I'd be able to shape it, a door out of it.
I
Or
thought of that
carve
when
it.
making this map.
So while somebody's working on the door, I'm gonna come over here to the trapdoor and I'm gonna see if it's open or closed and if I hear anything through it.
Okay. So let's in order. Let's go ahead and start. Who was working on the door? Murdane, you were working on the door, correct?
Yes,
Do you want to make a sleight of hand check on that for me?
absolutely. Oh.
And to be clear, which door are you trying? Are you trying the door to the other cell, or are you trying the door to the hallway?
Let's try to the other cell first, so that we can kind of group up, because I assume we all want out of here.
Yep, that would be accurate, I would assume.
That would be
All right.
preferred, yes.
Oh goodness, I need to reset my settings on here because it's not letting me roll because it's set to whatchamacallit, it's on settings for just to roll on D&D Beyond for Roll20. More options. Saved. Okay, that should work now. Oh,
Did he say
Sleight
that
of
the door was
hand.
locked, or is that what we're finding out?
Oh no! 12.
That is what 12. Okay, you have successfully picked the lock to the eastern cell.
Let's go.
Really?
Hooray!
So these maps are unfortunately not interactive, so just ignore the door that's in the middle of them. Now that the door is open.
Mm-hmm.
The eastern cell, is that the one with the 3 pickaxes? Or is that the one where everyone else is?
You're Makira at Dark Whispers, correct? So the
Yes.
eastern cell is the one you're in.
Oh.
Come on over here. There's a
Yeah.
trap door we're trying to open.
All right.
She's
so
talking to Murdane.
okay. And if you were wanting to try that trap door, let's start with a sleight of hand check to try the lock.
Okay.
Do you want me to do that?
18.
Nice.
Okay, I set the DC slightly harder on that one, and you still have cleared it, so that's good. So you have managed to get the lock off of it, but as it stands, it's still not quite yielding just yet. There seems to be something holding it from the other side. So if you'd like to try this, you would have to do a strength check to try and get this open.
Is this?
You, big guy. Big guy, come over here real quick, please.
Yeah, you. Hey, you in the corner.
So
Oh,
the
you're
door's
fine.
unlocked. Could I cast thaumaturgy with an invisible hand? Would that be strong enough to blow it open?
Thaumaturgy is more useful for like intimidation checks and things like that, as opposed to practical use. So you could try, but I can tell you the effective yield wouldn't be too much.
Onyx is waving Rakari and Flint to come over.
Dang it. Hey.
All right, Flint and Rakiri, are you guys gonna go over to the eastern cell?
I'll kind of like wave my hand for a second. Don't worry, I'll keep him busy for a minute. You do what you need to do.
Okay.
I go ahead and
like,
so this
I
area
just
right
kinda
here is
like-
open, right?
Yep, that area is open.
I go and start to walk over as I'm still finishing my last morsels, and I'm like, "So what are you guys trying to do over here?"
We're trying to open this door. I unlocked it, but I'm not strong enough to open it.
I was like, "I got this. You already unlocked it. I can open this."
All right, so go ahead and make a strength check on that for me.
That is 17.
Note to self: make the DCs higher.
It's
No,
literally
yes,
the one thing I'm
you-
supposed to be good at.
I know that was very good strategy. So you have managed to rip them open. Do me a favor though, make a dexterity check as well.
Okay. Ooh, that's an 18.
Stop getting good
That's
rolls,
crazy.
damn it! Okay, not only have you ripped this thing off its hinges, but you have somehow done so in such a way that you made no noise.
Oh my
I just
god.
put my
Yay.
door down. And like I too like stealth, heavy stealth, is stealth.
Okay, so
Is there a passage?
so there is a passage you can see down there that it leads to some to what appears to be some shallow water.
I go down.
Okay. Now I hope you'll forgive me. I did not expect you guys to do this, so I did not make a map for this, but it's just right underneath where you're at, so use your imagination. So you guys are down there and you can see light shining down from obviously the door, and directly ahead towards the south you can see more light shining down.
So,
I
metagame
was-
perspective, is it safe to assume it comes out of the well that it's going to lead us to?
Yeah, essentially that's where the light's coming out from in essence.
Okay. I go and like look over, and and I'm assuming at some point I learned the guy's name. I was like, "Hey, Flint, we found the place."
So there's been
Mm.
no character introduction just yet, so I wouldn't call him Flint just yet.
I'll go in back. Hey, yo, Flame boy, we got the hole.
I'm gonna jump in and follow.
Holes. Joy. I'm gonna keep an eye. I'm gonna keep an eye on like for what are the guards inside doing at this time?
So this guard is quite literally, I've been mostly doing this. He's just pacing back and forth really more than anything.
Mhm.
Because this is the same guard that that Rikiri actually managed to get hands on. So he's just a little bit jittery now. He's a little on edge, but he's just trying to keep his pace back and forth.
Okay. And this, and I know you said to take some with a grain of salt. Is this like any way into this cell here?
That is
This area
that
over
is
here?
that's another door.
Got it. Okay. Mhm. I was just trying to see if I could set a distraction, but I don't think I can get a good angle. So I can't see into this room, or to this room. Correct?
So there are slots in all of the doors. So you can get peeks into that room on the west. That's like southwest of your room, and you could get a peek at least to the door of the southeastern room.
I would have
Hmm.
seen the guard when he came in, correct? When he got yanked in.
You would have seen that happen, yes.
Okay,
He didn't
so
get yanked all the way in, but you could have
therefore-
seen this happen.
Okay, so I kind of see what he looks like, right?
Mhm.
Okay, so I kind of, they probably don't realize what I am just yet. So I'm going to shapeshift into the guard before we pop out up top. And I'll be like, I'll
Ooh.
go first.
I am going to
Ooh.
use mold earth to make handholds in the little pieces of dirt that's between the stone. I'm assuming that's stone and earth.
Yep.
I'm going to make
Yep.
handholds and crawl out. I get to the top and I'm just going to look over before I climb out, though. I'm not going to
Alright.
just jump out.
So since you've got handholds, I'm not going to make you do an athletics check or anything like that. What you see is the guards right here. There's two sitting facing the fire and one kind of just facing the wall. It looks like he's just kind of in La La Land. He thinks you guys are locked up, so he's just kind of vibing. And then you wouldn't see the. I know you can on the map. You can see the scout. You yourself would not see the scout from here.
No. But I'm outside and I whisper to everyone else below or whoever's
Mhm.
climbing up with me where the guards are and everything. I let them know about the guard looking at the wall and the two at the fire.
It is so refreshing to have a party who takes this stuff seriously. This is very refreshing. I know that's unrelated, but
I'm so not used
I just wanted
to
to throw that
this.
out there.
I'm used to it would already be so chaotic right now.
Okay, so
Oh, just
So,
wait till
okay.
I get started. No, I'm just kidding.
I'm so looking forward to seeing Flint in action. Okay, so you've effectively told the party where all the guards are. Would you
Yep.
like? What do you want to do from here? Do you want to climb out? Do you want to? What do you want to do from here?
I'm going to ask the others what's the plan. And I noticed that who was the shapeshifter?
That was
Renee.
thank you.
Nim?
Oh, no, Nick.
Jane.
So it was Moraine.
Oh, it was Murdane. Okay. Do you want to go out first? I can dig dirt. I can have dirt under the guard that's next to the wall, and I can drop him 5 feet. It'll surprise him. It'll delay him.
Yeah, and I can kind of. It's what time of day is it?
So right now it is daytime.
Okay.
I would give you a mid-afternoon time, so maybe 3-ish, 4-ish, maybe.
Hmm.
Not no sun that's too bright, but
Okay. So are there enough shadows where I can kind of like stealthily start making like around the corner, like right in
you
here, start creeping up on.
you could do that. You could do that one. Yep.
Okay. Would you like a stealth check?
I would like a stealth check.
Actually, if she does that, I might crawl
15?
out and go behind too myself.
As
Okay.
she's
Well,
doing that, I'm
as
just
she,
slightly behind
yeah,
the well.
Okay, so
yeah.
to be clear, all of you made it out of the well, correct?
Yeah.
No, I'm
With
still
the ex-
in. I'm still in the well.
You're still in the well? Okay.
Mhm.
W-
I'm waiting for them to take care of all the people out there.
Gotcha. Okay, so
Yeah, I'm just
everybody
hiding
is out of
behind
the
the well.
well except for Flint and except
Mhm.
for Nim. Got it. What is your stealth check?
15?
Again, note to self, I need to make these higher. You just
Oop.
made the stealth check. So what would you like to do? The guard doesn't see you. You're effectively obscured by shadows. And yeah, that's really about it. You're effectively obscured by the shadows right now, and the guard doesn't see you. And neither do the guards that are by the fire.
Do I see weapons on him?
You would see weapons on him. He's got a sword on his belt, and you do see that the other two guards from here would also have swords on their belt, but none drawn.
So I'm just going to kind of sneak up daintily behind him, kind of using the shadows to my advantage. If they know, and then kind of just, you said he's facing the wall. I'm going to sneak up to the side, just right over here. To the
Go ahead and
side.
make me one additional stealth check because you did
Yeah.
walk across glass.
17.
I'll take that. That works. Okay, so you've
Okay.
effectively gotten right up next to him. He doesn't know you're there.
I'm going to place an arm over his shoulder, be like, "Hey, buddy," and then kind of just, what's going on? And then at the other hand, I'm going to kind of slide a hand and start pulling out the sword.
Okay, so make me a sleight of hand check. Obviously, the guard is going to be startled.
24.
That's
The DC
crazy.
was I was even going to set the DC to 20, honestly, because y'all been hitting these 15s too freaking easy. Every DC's 30 from now on. This is ridiculous. Okay, so obviously the
Level
guard is scared.
Level 1.
I know, level 1, right? No, obviously the guard is scared, but you've effectively gotten a hand on his sword. So when he turns away, startled, it slips out of his belt without him noticing. And he turns and faces you, and just says, "Oh my goodness, you cannot sneak up on me like that."
Well,
Because you shapeshifted into the other guard, correct?
yes.
Okay, just making sure.
I'm just a little spooked right now with what happened with that beast of a man in there. I'm sorry. I'm not myself. I don't know what to do. So
Uh,
what are we gonna do about these guys? Like, what's the plan here?
oh well, as it stands right now, we have to be nice to them. Priestess Vero wants them alive, wants us to take them over to Glimmerwick. But I figure we can get a few days' work out of them before we got to take them over there. Make sure they're good and tired for her.
And he only has the sword on him?
That was the only thing that you saw was a sword, correct?
Okay. As I'm kind of like, I'm like emotional. I'm just so upset, and I kind of just, I just feel weird, and I kind of like wrap him in my arms a little bit. Do I feel any other weapons?
You do not feel any other weapons on him.
Okay.
What are you doing? What are you hugging me for? This is strange. This is not what I expected out of you. That guy must have really shook you up.
Yeah, it's been a rough time lately. Problems at home and everything. I'm struggling right now, and it's just been a rough day. And sometimes you just hit a breaking point. Do we have the
Is
attention of the other guards yet?
You do have the attention of the other guards. I was actually going to ask your shape shift. Never mind. You keep doing your thing. You keep doing your thing there. I'm just making some rolls on my holy crap. These dice
Okay.
are going to the timeout
Um,
chair.
I kind of just I everybody was in getting ready, getting out. You know, most of like the other three, Onyx, Akiri, and Makira were just behind the wall, and I saw them before I started maneuvering over here. So I'm going to, you know, I feel really weird. I just not myself, and I just reached up and kind of tussle his hair, take the sword, and slash
I
it
was
against his
actually
throat.
gonna. When I noticed that the guard is leaving,
Mhm.
can I get his attention?
Yeah.
Oi, mate. Listen, I've been thinking, this is real. It's a real, just like it's not a good situation. I'm out there. I'm trying to do a legitimate business transaction. I'm trying to bring entertainment to the people, and all of a sudden, I'm getting accused of card sharking. And I got a wife, and I got kids I got to feed, and I'm gonna cast Charm Person on him.
Okay. Charm person. Remind me what the what your save is on that.
That is a Wisdom 13.
Thank you. You have successfully charmed him.
Oh, excellent. So like I'm basically giving him this whole sob story. Like, I've just got the, I was just out there trying to make a win of it for my wife and my kids, and then you came on here and they pulled me into this town with all these ruffians. I think maybe you should just let me go. I think that would probably be the good thing to do, right?
Oh. Go ahead. So, go ahead and make me a persuasion check on that with advantage since he's charmed.
Okay. Let's see here. There we go. It's dirty 20. Yeah. Dirty 20.
You have just successfully charmed him into unlocking your cell door by some miracle. This dude is just fine with that. So your door is now unlocked. I'm so sorry, sir. I understand the troubles. I have a wife and child at home as
It's
well.
all right. I was just really frightened, and I didn't want to say anything in front of them. Did you know where you? I had some really important stuff I had to try to go sell later. Could you tell me where my stuff is at?
Your guys' stuff is in these barrels just outside to the right of the door.
Okay, thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.
You done a good job, and he's kind of like pat him on the face, like you done very good. It's not much, but I want you to have this gold piece, and I just want you to have a nice sit down and rest. You deserve it. You've been working really hard, and it's nice for you to stand up for a good gentleman like me. And then he's saying this as he's like walking out towards the door, like. You've just been really good to me, and I appreciate everything you've done, mate. Thank you. Immediately open up the barrel. Which one is he?
Okay. So, Flint, you'll just find your starting equipment. I'm not going to make you roll for this because I do have to get back to Murdane, who is currently in the process of slicing and dicing somebody.
Almost. She hasn't started yet.
So, Murdane, you went to slice and dice?
Yes.
Okay, so you can go ahead and make me an attack roll with advantage on that since you've got him fooled into thinking that you're somebody else.
When she
Would
does
this-
that, I'm sorry,
So
go
sorry.
ahead.
I was gonna say, would this include sneak attack since I have advantage and he's surprised by me?
As long as you have sneak attack as a level 1 rogue, yes.
Okay. I think. Let me double check. Yeah, it's just a D6 though.
Okay.
Let me see if I make the roll though. Should I just use my rapier stats?
Yeah, you can just use your rapier stats.
19.
You have hit. You have hit. Go ahead and roll for your damage.
That's low. Plus a D6. That's higher. 11 damage.
Okay, this is funny because this particular guard actually really did only have 11 hit points.
Oh my goodness.
No way.
So you have just yeah, guard number 1 is down for the count. We're just gonna move him here so he's out
When
of the way.
When she did that, I cast a campfire over the guard to the right of the campfire. So the campfire comes alive in his square and he takes 2 damage.
Okay.
That's
Now,
it.
okay, so guard number 2 is going to take that 2 damage. Okay. Now
And then you
at
see me
this
rush out and shout, "Victory for us!"
Now at this point, go ahead and roll initiative. You guys, you
Nim,
you guys,
just hearing
you guys,
that, she's
you
gonna.
guys are gonna get a surprised round because of all of this, but
Let me know when you're ready for the list.
okay, Flint, I saw you roll a 21. Merdane, I saw you also roll a 21.
Hold
Nim,
on.
13.
Rollies.
Rollies or dex?
Excuse me. So yeah, initiative it has your dex in it. So
Because we
My
both got
dex.
21. Do you go by rollies or do you do who has the
oh, when you tie, I'm sorry. What when it's a tie, I do dex first. If dex happens to be the same, then we go off of who had the higher natural roll.
15.
18?
10.
You
Did
got me.
mine show up?
And then I see Merdane, Onyx, I see 9. Nim, I see
Oh, yeah.
13. Makira, I see 10.
Yes.
Rakiri got a 14.
Rakiri got a 14. All right. And let me go ahead and roll for these other guards real quick.
Perfect.
Okay, so all of you are going to go before these guards because the guards rolled a 6, a 4, a 4, and the scout rolled a 5.
Damn.
Oof.
That's crazy.
Nice.
I swear. I mean, and
It was waiting now.
honest to
Okay.
goodness, like there's the 3 right there, and they had a +2. So
No.
okay, so Merdane, since you've already gotten your turn this round, that was your surprise round for this. Nim, you've already got to cast, so Rakiri, Onyx, and Makira, and then Flint. So next in initiative order should be Flint, correct?
I believe so.
Okay, Flint, it is your turn.
Okay, I want to see how far away am I from over here. Quite a ways. All right.
Wait,
Well,
from where you are to the edge of the building is about 30 feet.
okay. Well, having acquired my my well-gotten goods, I'm going to step towards where I hear now the commotion going on. Hang on a second. There we go. It kept wanting to move the map and not my character. But as I'm walking past, I'm going to cast Produce Flame, and I'm going to throw it at the door.
Got to throw it at the door?
Mm-hmm.
All right, you can throw it at the door.
With
And-
the aim, I'm not aiming to destroy it. I'm aiming to set it on fire.
Okay. I didn't know where you were going with that, so okay.
Mhm.
I'm not even gonna make you roll any sort of thing for that. You've successfully set the door on fire. That guard is trapped on the inside right now.
There's a well, he can get out. And then I will finish the rest of my movement to where I'm within visual range of these guys.
Alrighty, awesome. So next in the initiative order should be Rakiri.
Okay, I'll go ahead and I did the measurement on here. I'm 29 feet away from the guard to the left of the fire pit and charge straight towards him and attack him with the pickaxe that I grabbed off the ground.
Okay. What weapon did I'm gonna allow you to use the stats for your weapon that you would normally have. Just for the
I went
sake
ahead
of
and
ease.
asked if the hand axe was synonymous, and you said
Oh,
we will go with that
r-
for now.
that's right. That's right. That's right. I remember that. I was worried about the rapier hit from earlier.
Yeah. Does a 16 hit?
Does a 16 hit on that guard? Just hits.
Awesome. And now I'll go ahead and do my damage. I got 6 damage.
All right. He is still standing, but you have done a number on him.
And then for my bonus action, I will rage.
All right.
Which
Anything else?
I that'll
Anything
be
else
it for
you're going to
now.
do? Okay.
Oh wait. Oh yeah. I don't do anything special because I'm level 1. That'll be it.
Okay. Makira, you're up next.
Okay, please forgive me. This is my first time playing a cleric. So, Sacred Flame, if I were to cast that, would that cause damage?
Yeah, Sacred Flame is a damage roll. Like you
Okay.
can damage
Range
people
is
with that.
60 feet. So, I'm gonna hit this guard. This guard is still alive, right? The one on
The one by
right of the fire.
Yeah.
Okay,
The
I'm
right
gonna.
with the fire. Yeah, they're both alive.
Okay, I'm gonna hit him with Sacred Flame.
Go and roll for that.
Wait. Oh, that's damage.
I was gonna say, is that a save?
It
Oh,
is. It's a
That's what I.
DC
That's
it's a
why I was.
DC.
That's why I was wondering.
Oh, that's
Yeah, it's
That's
a
my
save.
fault.
I've clericed a lot, so if you have any questions, I'm happy to help.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Okay, then I guess I'll cast Guiding Bolt because I really have
no. You're good. You can cast that. You can still cast that. That's not a problem.
Okay, so
that
would
was
that
my
be a D20?
that was my misunderstanding. So
What's your
you don't have to. I just have to make a save.
Okay.
The number next to where it says Sacred Flame, it's gonna say like Dex or Wiz or something like that,
Mhm.
and there's a number
Mhm.
there. Just
Yeah.
let him
Yep.
know which one that is and then what the number is.
Dex 13.
Thank you very much. That'll
There you
save me
go.
bouncing back and forth between character
I
sheets.
got it now. I got you.
All right. Nat 20. So
Of course.
No damage.
no damage.
Unfortunate.
First good roll of the game, and it's on
Womp
that.
womp.
All right. Anything else you're gonna
Boo.
do?
I'm gonna move. I'm gonna move.
Okay.
Why do I? I'm gonna move over here.
All right, that'll work. Is that the end of your turn?
Yep. I can't do
All
anything
right,
else.
Onyx,
Oh.
go ahead.
My turn?
Yep. If I'm not mistaken, you're the last of the party in the initiative order.
Yeah.
Oh,
So,
so you're gonna roll. I wasn't gonna do anything.
That's what I had said because you got your attack as the surprise. Don't worry, we're
We're
coming
still
back
in the
around.
surprise round right now.
We're still in the
Oh,
surprise
yeah.
round, so you're gonna
Anything.
get to go here in a second.
I'm going to move here and I'm going to do a mold earth and I'm going to target the loose dirt underneath him. I can move up to 5 feet of dirt
Okay.
and just place it 5 feet away from him. And that will at least knock him prone or something. He doesn't take any damage, but it should knock him prone, make him forced to stand up or something.
Okay.
You know.
And which guard was that? The one on the right or the one on the left?
The one on the right,
Okay,
the
cool.
one that I did the 2 points of damage to.
Okay, just
And
making
that's
sure.
it.
Okay, we'll give him the prone action. We'll give him the prone status. And now,
Tonight's
since we are
drink of
at the end of the
choice is
surprise
a good
round,
ol'
we are back at the
Oktoberfest. I
top.
figured
Murdane, take it away.
All right. Can I get just right over here onto the enough
I
to
still
flank
had
him
some
over here?
leftover from last fall, so
You
it
can.
needs to be drank.
Okay. So I'm going to attack. See if we hit, because we get sneak attack if I make it. Oh, no, 9. I doubt that makes it.
So, did you roll with advantage?
Oh yeah, I did not. Let me roll it again. Thank you.
You're welcome.
It is now. Oh, much better. 26.
Yeah,
Nat
yep.
20.
You have successfully. Yeah, he's hit. Go ahead and roll your damage. And
Okay, so how do you do your nat 20 damage?
I don't like when people do the double damage. Just roll your damage die twice.
Okay. All right. So let me do 2d. Am I doubling? Am I doing 2d6s instead of 1d6 for the sneak attack as well?
Correct. Yeah.
Okay, so 2d6s, 2d8s, and then I'll add 4 to that. Total is 24.
Okay. Yeah. He's done. He is done. No offense or buts
Efficient.
about that. You have. Yeah. All right. Is there anything
I
else you'd
am
like
the
to do?
wind. No. That will end my turn.
All right. Awesome. So Flint, that'll take it over to you. I'm gonna move that guy into the wall with the other guard just so that we know he's done.
Let's see. That's 60 feet. So. All right, so I can move right about here.
Okay.
Double check my range here. Oh, actually, no. I did not need to move. Never mind. We're gonna take that back. Be right here, well out of range, and I'm going to hold my action and hold a firebolt. If guard goes to attack anybody, I'm going to hit him with it.
All right, that'll work. All right, and then next up in the initiative order, if I am not mistaken, should be Raikiri. Yep, Raikiri.
Yeah. Everyone's dead already or locked behind something. So I would just go ahead. We're at the combat
Guard.
now, right?
There's a
There's the
guard,
There's one
guard.
more guard.
and at this point, you can see the scout over here because you guys are, out in the open now.
Ah, okay.
Yep, right there.
Okay. I was blind and see that guy somehow. Easy. I'm gonna go ahead and charge over to this guy.
Okay.
And then swing on him with my lucky hand axe, which is a pickaxe.
Okay.
And that is a 19.
19 does hit.
Okay. And then let me go ahead and that is 10 points of damage.
All right. You just took him out.
Hey.
He only had 9 left. Now all that's left is the scout.
If we kill them all, we won't know where our stuff is.
I just like shout back. No, it's here somewhere. We can find it.
All right. So that's all you're doing on your turn, right, Raikiri?
Yeah, that's all I'm doing. I used all my movement, attack someone, good to go.
All right. Nim, you're up.
Okay. I saw the scout up there, so I'm gonna
Yep.
move in 10 feet. All right,
Give or
there.
take, yeah. Yeah.
And I'm gonna do a starry wisp on him.
Okay.
And maybe I'll do a starry wisp on him. Oh, come on.
Mm.
16?
That just meets it. Yep. You hit.
All right. So he takes a whole point of radiant damage. But he is
That'll work though.
going now.
All right. So, you got anything else that you need to do?
Let me see. No, I'm gonna. Depending on, on what he's, I'm gonna move back here behind the barrel so that he doesn't have a clear view of me, because squishy people.
Gotcha. And your character should be small enough to be behind that without crouching, so you're good. All right. I believe Makira is next.
Okay. So I'm gonna move.
I'm gonna be like, hey guys, there's a guard over here. There's a scout all the way back there, just in case you missed him.
Are we okay? So are we trying to take this guy out, or are we trying to spare
The less
him?
eyes, the better.
What'd you say?
I know, yeah. I said the less eyes, the better.
Okay, I'm gonna move.
Yeah, what Flame Guy said.
I'm gonna move, and then I guess I'll just do Sacred Flame again because that's all I've got right now.
All right. What was this? Save was 13 on that again?
Yeah,
right?
Dex.
Ooh. Yeah,
Don't
I
like
did not
that.
pass that. I did not pass that.
Okie dokie.
Go and roll your damage.
6.
All right. The scout takes 6 more points of damage. They are hurting, but they're still standing.
Let's go. Okay, I'm done.
Okay. And then that should leave Onyx.
Onyx wants her stuff. She double moved over here. Where's our stuff? I'm gonna get inside. You set the door on fire. I can't find my things.
It's probably in one of the barrels, love.
Oh. Okay, she will open one then.
Okay. I was, for a moment, I was wondering why in the hell is she going for her stuff right now, but I had to remember your character's backstory, so it makes sense
Uh-huh.
now. It makes sense now. A little unusual for mid-combat, but go ahead and make an investigation check.
Okay. Oh, wrong page. Skills, investigation. Well,
Yeah, you see you see your armor, your weapons, everything that you came in with is in there.
oh, she is looking for all of the family heirlooms that she was able to recover.
Yep. So everything that was on your character when you were arrested is in there.
Okay, she starts putting everything on.
Okay. And that will take up the last of what you got.
Yep.
So that will lead us to the scout, who, beaten and battered, will get to take a shot now. Let's see. Let's see. They are going to... They're not quite far enough away to make this work, so... So the scout's gonna take a shot with their crossbow here at Makira.
Womp womp.
Pretty well everybody is too close, so it's gonna be... Oh, I'm sorry, not a crossbow, longbow. So everybody's gonna get rolled at with disadvantage here. All right, does a 21 hit Makira?
Yes.
Alrighty. All right, Makira, go ahead and take 6 points of damage.
Mother trucker, dude. That's crazy.
And then they are going to make a second ranged attack against Rikiri. Once again, it's too close for the longbow, so it's going to be disadvantage. That was a nat 20. All right. Does 21 hit you?
Just barely.
Okay. So 1d6. You take 5.
Okay.
And the scout is gonna the scout's just gonna stay right there. Getting closer would only make their situation worse. So we are back at the top of initiative, which should be Murdane.
Sorry, my internet is cutting in and out because I live in the middle of nowhere and I have bad weather right now. So I'm sorry if I lose you guys. So Murdane, she's quite a bit a ways away from me, and I only have the sword. So I am gonna see Flint come out with his gear and assume that gear is that away. So I'm gonna run over here and look for my gear because I have nothing ranged whatsoever.
All right. Yep. So go ahead and choose a barrel and make an investigation check.
Okay. Investigation. Okay. 9.
9. You don't see anything in the barrel that you searched.
Okay.
You want to do anything else? I don't believe you got anything besides bonus actions that you could take at this point.
Correct.
So okay, we will move on to Flint.
All right. I'm going to go ahead and step about 10 feet further forward. And I'm going to hit that scout with a firebolt.
All right, go ahead and roll for it.
The range is 120 feet.
So you're well within range.
Yeah. Looks like I'm not sure. Hang on. It just kind of stopped in the middle of the roll. Where did it go? Oh, 10. 10 to hit.
So 10 does not hit.
Dang.
All right. Is there anything else that you're wanting to do?
Not much else I can do at this moment, but he'll just kind of like suck his teeth and just.
All right, that'll work. Rikiri.
My guy, after being hit by the arrows, like looks down, scoffs at it, and charges forward about 30 feet.
Okay.
And after he gets done charging 30 feet, he's going to take his current weapon and chuck it at the scout in pure anger.
Okay, go ahead and make a ranged attack there for me with that. So, believe that with your axe stat should be a dex check, isn't it?
Yeah, it's showing 2060.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead and make that. Go ahead and make that.
Okay, let me go ahead and check this real fast, and boom. Is 15 good enough?
A 15 is good enough.
Okay. And now I roll for the
Yep.
attack to see if I hit.
Well, oh, I thought that was just the attack on that. Yeah, I took that as the attack roll. That's how
That's
how I
cool. That's
understood
cool.
that.
I didn't know if it was two separate things. Some
No,
DMs
no,
it's two separate things.
No, I got you. Yeah, I was taking that as your attack roll since you had given the intent to do so. So, so that'll work. Go ahead and roll your damage as if it were.
Sounds
Go
good.
ahead and roll your damage as if it was your melee, but don't add any bonuses to it since it was a throw.
Okay. That would be 5. That would be 5 points of damage. Do I add my rage to that?
You do still get your rage, yeah. The
Then
rage
that would
you
be
still get.
7.
Okay. All right. This scout is badly hurt, but still barely holding on.
And then that'll be my turn.
Okay. Moving down to Nim.
Okay. Nim's gonna peek out again, and seeing that he's still going, she's gonna do another starry wisp on him.
All right.
That's all she's got. 23. Ooh, nat 20.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh,
Yeah,
dang.
Go ahead and roll that damage twice for me.
Come on.
Actually, you know what? You don't even need to roll the damage twice because you could roll a 1 twice and he's gonna die. he's done.
Let's
He's done.
So we love to
Okay.
hear.
Okay, so everyone that was outside is effectively dead. The only person that is alive guard-wise is on the inside of that, and he is at present time while this battle was going on. The fire has started to spread on the inside, and he is freaking out.
I'm gonna freak him
But-
out even more and run up to the door so he can see me through the flames, and kind of just be like, watching you, and I'm still in his body. Like I'm still looking like him, not in his body, but looking like him. So
I forgot you were shapeshifted. Oh, that's freaky. That is messed up.
I go and just
Even
start
Flint's kind of like,
shouting.
that's kind of right. Fuck, mate.
Kiwi just like comes up behind him, behind the shapeshifter, and is like, "Yeah, you see this? Should have given me the food the proper way."
That's savage. That is so savage. All right. So I'm going to give you. I'm going to step away from my mic to do this. I'm going to give you my best. I am terrified. I'm pissing myself. Scared guard yell. All right. That's what he gets.
I can't tell if your mic picked that up or if I just heard you in the other room.
You probably heard me through the wall. I imagine that I don't know how much that picked up because this is a condenser mic and I stepped pretty far back, but I hope that a little bit of the femininity of him freaking out rolled through there.
Onyx moves up and yells, "Go out! Go out through the cells! Go out! Save yourself! Go out through the cells!"
He's just gonna go ahead and listen to you, and he's down here.
I'm gonna wait for him at the top of the well.
Yeah, I'm gonna wait for him as well. And then once I see him, start mercilessly attacking him with my hands.
Yeah, I'm gonna go over there too.
All right.
Would he is he sufficiently intimidated enough and scared enough by seeing his own body looking at him from above, like it from right when he pops out of the well and through the flames? Would Rakiri get advantage?
Rakiri would get advantage on this because this guy is all but pissing himself. This dude is freaked out.
That's a 23, not natural, for unarmed strike.
All
Are
right.
you going down the well? He's at the bottom of the well.
No,
I thought he
no,
was-
They were waiting. They were waiting for him to get up to the top, so I just moved him out of the well.
Oh,
I know it happened kind of fast, but it was that or wait through the initiative order, which I didn't even
Yeah, it
include
was-
him in.
Overtime. But yeah, that was 23, not natural,
Alright.
for unarmed strike.
Go ahead and roll your damage on that.
Looks like it's just a flat 5.
It's just a flat 5 for you. Okay.
Yeah. Oh no, it's a die plus 5. Roll.
That's what I was gonna say. I could have sworn there was a roll for that.
don't kill him. He's not fighting back.
I just look back like he disrespected me.
Get over it. Don't kill him.
Okay, that's gonna be a 7.
7 to hit.
Yes. Yeah, 7 damage total.
7 damage total. All right. He is hurting. He is bruised. He is battered. He is bleeding.
I take it not
And he's
everyone has their
freaking out.
stuff.
Correct.
So we could ask him where our stuff is.
And then usually,
It's in-
usually
it's in the
Ricky's
barrels
start to
of-
step away.
Flint just kind of pipes up from the back. He already said this in the barrels. Now, if you don't mind, as much as I love a little bit of ultraviolence, us perhaps sticking around is probably not the best idea right now. So I would suggest we collect our fucking things and go.
Yeah, that definitely is what's best. I'm not trying to do an all I roll out. And I go ahead and proceed to search for my stuff, which I've seen other people poking barrels for.
Do we
Yeah,
finish
so-
him off or do we let nature take its course?
I
Ah,
will.
he's already
him,
beaten
I'll
him
be like,
bloody.
It's
yeah,
evil.
I'm gonna try to intimidate him and just say, I, or rather you, will come after you if you speak any word of this.
I'm tying him up, and I'm going to tie him to the well.
That'll work.
Awesome.
All the while, he's just saying, "Please, please, I have a family. Priestess Vera told us that she wanted you guys. I have nothing to do with this."
I'm just looking down at him like electricity just crackling over me. I'm like, cool. Why do I care about that? and just proceed to walk away.
And this is that. You said Vera.
Yeah, High Priestess Veyra. Veyra.
Does that name ring any bells by chance?
So where we talked about this with you. So to you, Flint, yes, this character would ring some bells. To you, Flint, and most likely she would also ring a bell to Makira. You guys know that this person is the high priest of the Temple of Vilthara in Glimmerwick, who is suspected of being of heading up a cult that is secretly supporting the King of Deusnair in his quest for even greater power.
Okay.
Right. Lovely.
What was the
I
priestess's
love
name
I
again?
love avoiding being a sacrifice in the morning. Great way to start my fucking day.
The Dark Whispers, the priest's name was Veyra, Veyra.
Okay.
So just you two would know her full name being Veyra Duskbloom, Dusk Bloom.
Okay.
I'm gonna look for the rest of the gear.
Yep.
I do the
And
same.
Since you're out of combat, I'm not going to make you investigate for that. That's just done. You guys have all effectively found your gear. Everyone who's looked so far, at least.
I'm gonna look for my gear.
Awesome.
While everybody else is looking for their gear, I'm running pockets.
Okay. So let me pull the guards back out where they were, since now we don't got to worry about all that.
Mm-hmm. Since we're not trying to stick around too long, it will just be. I would just probably go for Flint would probably just go for the ones by the fire.
Yep. So that I will make you roll an investigation for.
Oops.
Because what exactly are you looking for?
I'm
Are you
looking
just trying
for
to get
gold.
whatever? Gold? Okay.
Looking for gold.
All right. So I see you rolled a 16 on this guard closest to you.
Mm-hmm.
So you do find 3 gold pieces in his satchel.
Mm-hmm.
Did
24
you make
for
a
the second guard.
For the second guard? Okay. So from the first guard, you get just 3 pieces of gold. From the second guard, that's over by Murdane, I assume that's the one you were going to go for?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, for the second one, you find 2 pieces of gold over there, but you also find a note written in parchment, basically elaborating on what I was just talking about from that guard. You see, let me see. I wrote down exactly what it says. You find a piece of parchment written on it in the most elegant script. It reads, High Priestess Veyra Duskbloom has requested the presence of Onyx Bloodstone, Raikiri, Flintlock, Murdane, Makira, and Nim at the Temple of Vilthara in Glimmerwick. The souls are to be granted an opportunity to convene and potentially receive a pardon for past crimes by the power vested in me by King Eric Velmont and the peoples of Deusnair, and by the power of Vilthara.
I trust nothing of this man.
I'll just kind of fold that up, slip it into my pocket.
I go ahead and start searching the other barrels after everyone's already grabbed all their stuff to see if there's any ill-gotten goods from previous people who didn't get out like we did.
So aside from what you got out in your gear, you find a few rotten pieces of food, and as far as the barrels, where are you at actually on the map right here?
I'm over here near the entrance.
So yeah, those barrels over there. Aside from your guys' gear, you just find some food. Some of it's good, some of it's bad, but for the most part, all you're gonna get out of it is 2 apples, I'll say, because I want to give you something, because you guys
You go
did
and
not
just
encounter
yeah,
a good one.
yeah. You go ahead and just start seeing me munching on apples around the corners. Like this is what I mean when I'm talking about food. Trying to be stingy with me.
Onyx will check the barrels that are up on top.
Okay. Inside these barrels, you do find a few glass bottles of water, and you do find some rations.
Okay, I'll start
Yes, sir,
passing
this-
them out.
Let's go ahead and say that the rations, there's 6 ration packs.
I pass one to each person.
I go ahead and go up to the scout to to retrieve the weapon I threw at them, and also to check them to see what they had on them.
Okay. You can get your weapon back easily, but make an investigation check for me as to find what you find.
Got you. That is 16.
Okay. On her, you just find a couple crumpled pieces of paper. On the other guard, saying that High Priestess Vera was requesting all of your presents, and you find 2 pieces of gold.
Okay. I go ahead and put that order like in my pocket, and then I see the gold. And I go and throw that in my backpack.
All right.
I'm gonna investigate the third guard over here. That's okay.
All right. Yeah.
No.
You have
Yes.
effectively found,
Okay.
but what it contains, you are unsure. You can't steal the gold. Yeah.
I'll investigate it later. I'll investigate it later.
I'm sorry. It was one of those rolls that I had to have a little fun with it. Okay. Does anybody else need to do anything here?
Idea where we are right now.
So Yep, I see that you just brought your Sphinx over. So you're some than mine. So I'm going to bring up
Hurt is everybody?
so
I apologize. My Wi-Fi is being
Any
all messed
do
up.
we need to see if the cleric can do any healing?
I don't know what's going on.
So at
our
least-
cleric is the
Yeah, we don't want the cleric to go down.
That's for
You
sure.
look a little bloody there. Can you heal yourself?
Dark Whispers, can you hear us?
Y'all are cutting in and out. My Wi-Fi's doing weird shit.
Okay, there she is.
There we go. Yourself, because your character's bloody and battered.
You keep cutting out.
Healing. Oh, she's there. Wait, maybe she's moving.
Oh.
I see
She's
movement.
moving.
Can you hear us? Okay. Okay.
My
Technical
Wi-Fi is going from 4
difficulties.
bars to 2. It's just
Ooh, I
going
hear
back and
that.
forth.
I think it'd be easy if we do 1 thing for yes, 2 for no.
Okay,
Okay,
so what's
one-
going on?
Do you need to heal yourself?
Yes.
Excuse me.
Oh, I'm the same over
Do you
here.
have do you have a healing spell, or do you have a healing potion or something like that?
I don't have any potions.
So, as a cleric, you should have some healing spells.
Yeah.
I have cure wounds. I don't think.
Yes, cast cure wounds on yourself.
Yep.
Yeah.
So cast Cure Wounds on yourself, and you do 2d8 of healing.
Should have a modifier too, I believe.
It doesn't look like. I'm looking.
Oh, okay.
I'm
her
looking at her
character sheet.
character sheet, and it
Oh,
says
okay.
just 2d8.
Yeah, it just says
Oh,
2d8.
okay.
So, okay.
All right. Go ahead and cast that on yourself, and let's see what we get.
4.
4.
Mm-hmm.
One less than the damage, so at least you have just.
All right. You healed 4. You're at 8 out of your 10 health.
Oh my gosh. What just happened? Okay.
All right. Now, does anybody else need healing?
I'm perfectly fine, mate.
I think
I
we're
should be fine. No, I only took half the damage because I was raging at the time.
Okay.
Ah.
So, do all those of you who were on the map, can you see the map now? Can you see the
Mhm.
world map that I pulled up? Okay.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So you guys know that you're in the Iron Crag mines and prison camps. So you guys were right in like this. Oh wow, that did not go the way I wanted it to. Not at all. Goodness
We can
gracious.
see it.
I meant to get it closer to the mountain over here. So you guys are on the mountain side of this. Let's try that. Let's try that again. You guys were like right here-ish.
Okay.
So, based off of what we know that you guys were being summoned to Glimmerwick, but you have the entirety of this world to travel to, and you guys have this time to get to know each other. It's entirely up to you which direction you guys want to go. Of course, Onyx is already part of the Resistance. Some of you stand firmly against tyrants, and some of you have your own motivations. So this is a chance to either band together and go, or get to know each other first.
I go ahead and squat down, smell and I lick the dirt. I'm like, yes, you need to go that way.
Do I happen to have any contacts in Thornskull or Thalridge?
So based off of your backstory, you should have connections in every major city. And by major city, Thornskull, you'd have some contacts. Thalridge, you would. You'd have some in Valmora, and I'd say you'd have them in Grimhold and Ashenford. But aside from that, the other ones are kind of too small for your contacts.
Mm-hmm.
Verdane's just gonna be like, "Forgive me," and she's gonna shift change back, and she's gonna introduce herself. I'm Merdane, and you are? And kind of glances at everybody.
The name's Flintlock. At your service. Kind purveyor of all things arcane and shiny and gold.
I am.
Just happened to be in the wrong place at the wrong time, and they threw me into a cell with you lot.
All right, so Merdane and Flint have officially introduced themselves. That's cool.
I'll go next.
And you all are close enough that you would have heard that. You can introduce yourselves. You don't have to. This is, like I said before, it's your guys' story on this part. So you can be as upfront or as mysterious as you want.
Onyx will walk up to each person, introduce herself, and say, I was with the resistance group, and I recommend that we fight whatever this is happening around here. They destroyed my entire village and everybody I knew in the world. We need to take them down. We need to stop, resist, do something. And she does that to everyone. She meets everyone.
Okay, so now everybody knows Onyx and has heard that.
You go ahead and hear Rakiri chime up and is like, "Hey, I'm Rakiri. In case you guys haven't noticed, I love a good storm. How radical they become and how crazy and wild they are. Just the freedom that comes with it." And he goes ahead and like pulls up his armor a little bit to show the tattoo he has on his back. And he's like, me and all my tribe bear this for the god that we follow, who is the ruler of storms, who is and he's like, who is that, you might ask, like very proudly and whatnot. And then he goes and states how it is the how it's a lightning bolt with that is striking a mountain, and it's a great deity who name I cannot remember right now.
Yeah, I'm pulling it up for you. Don't worry.
Thalorn, the Storm Father,
Yep. Thalarin.
Thalorin.
When he says
And
that,
you-
Onyx will pull out her amulet and say, I'm going to serve Lunera, the goddess of the Moonlight Garden.
And then he puts his shirt armor down, and he's like, and he's like, and he just points over to the person you just say the own god, and he's like, cool.
At least we respect each other in this in the party too.
Excuse me.
I'm staying quiet and mysterious and just listening.
I am them, and I come from a bit all around. I serve that which endures, and I am with. I agree that we need to resist this. There should not be any tyrants. Everyone should be able to live their life as they deem they should, and be free to do that. So you can count me in. I will assist you as best I can.
Onyx looks really relieved at that. Thank you.
All right, so sounds like 2 of the 6 are on board. At this point, as far as I'm understanding, and please correct me if I'm wrong, Mahira is kind of just being existing over there. I want to say the only one, and correct me if I'm wrong again, Miss Lucky, did we hear from your character at all?
Yes, I was just kind of I was the one who asked who everybody was. I just kind of said my name.
That was
but I'm going
okay.
to kind of just like when everybody's done talking, I'm like, deities, huh? I flip a dagger and I'm just kind of like, I just like to balance love and war. And I don't like the balance that this king has.
Alrighty.
Well, so you can speak
So-
for yourself there, love. As far as I see, any chance of going against the king, it means a chance of death, and I'm quite allergic to dying. It doesn't look very good. So the question
So you're
would then
allergic
be,
to me? Because I am
uh,
death.
yes, exactly. So you stay on your side of the campfire. I'll stay on my side. Cool, savvy, right? Look, I don't know if you realize this, but we just escaped jail. I think it would be wise for us to get out of here as quick as possible. Now, I am going to Thulridge, and I'm going to find myself face down in a pint. You are all welcome to come with me if you wish, but either way, I'm not staying here.
Oh, I
You
don't
see
wanna
Ricky
stay
just
here.
perk up when he says pun. Like, oh, man of talent. Okay, I'm gonna follow that guy.
Okay. So we've got 2 that are going to Thulridge. Is the party in agreement with going that way, or does anybody have objections to anything?
Actually,
I'll look to Onyx. Like, if it helps, hiding from the king and being able to resist implies being still alive, and staying here would lead to the opposite of that. So perhaps maybe you'd want to lie low in a place like Thulridge for a little bit.
well, one advantage to going there is that it's on the way to Glimmerick, whatever that place is. Where that. What is she?
She was the high priestess. Sorry, I'm bouncing back and forth between my notes between the deities and our NPCs. So
This high priestess who wanted all of us. You know, I think that's going in the right direction, and I would like to go there. I'd like to know why she wanted us.
I was my thoughts exactly. I would very much like to know how she knows my name, and two, what it is she wants from me. Personally, I read that little note and I can't help but think it's probably a bad idea. Plain and simple. It's probably a bad idea, but I love bad ideas. So
Dalridge is on the way, and it's a good place to lie low and recover from this experience. That's good.
All right.
What,
So
what note are you talking about?
yeah.
I pull it out of my
Oh.
pocket and hand it to her.
Does she know me? I don't think anybody knew me around here.
Yes, I think she knows every single one of us, especially you, Onyx.
Mm.
I hand the
I
note
go
back.
and pull mine. I go and pull mine out. Mac, that looks like mine.
Very nice
Hey, well,
role playing on that. By the way, Mythwitch, I appreciated that.
you're welcome. Well, can we walk and talk and
Yes,
actually
yes, you guys
make it?
can.
We might not want to alert any other guards that are around here.
So the good news for your guys' standpoint, like I said in the introduction to the story, and I don't know if I hope that I have my mic unmuted for you guys for it. Whole the whole shtick is that the army is spread very thin right now. So you guys had a very loose guard set up here. There's not a whole lot that's going to be standing in between you and Thalridge right now if you want to get on that way.
That's where we're going.
Yep.
All right.
Okay.
All right. So let's go ahead and I know some of you are on Eastern time. I know it's only one encounter, but our talking at the beginning ran a little bit longer than I anticipated it to. So let's go ahead and just skip the travel part and just say you guys have made it to Thalridge, and we'll start up next session at the pub in Thalridge. That work for everybody?
Sounds
You're
good
going
to
to
me.
stop it short? I was
Yeah.
expecting a 4-hour game.
You were expecting a 4-hour game?
Yeah?
That's what I'm
I
used
know.
to. Yeah.
I'm good to go longer. I am. I just know that some of you are on Eastern time, some of you are on Central time, so I want to be respectful of everybody's time and try to make stuff as streamlined as possible, especially because this was the first one that we're testing it out. I need to know how I've got to schedule my combat encounters, whether or not I need to have things be longer, things be shorter, and whatnot. So this is very much the test run session to see how I need to adjust gameplay.
You can go to
Um,
you can go to 1 in the morning for all I care. My time.
I
Well, I
couldn't do
gotcha.
that.
So let's do this then. We'll keep it a short session tonight because I'm gonna have some based off of how that encounter went. I am 100% gonna have to rewrite some stuff to make things more streamlined. So let's just go ahead and call it there for now, and we will have a much more streamlined session 2 weeks from today. Does that work for everybody?
All right. Sounds good to
Can
me.
we
Sounds good to me.
Yep.
Sounds good.
can we have some emails going back and forth and talk about what we learned about each other while we're
Yes,
walking?
absolutely. Absolutely.
Well, thank
Okay.
you so much.
Thank you guys for being
Thank you for putting on this
part
game
of
for
this.
us.
Hey, I appreciate you guys just being a part of this. And I know first sessions are always a little hairy, especially when you don't get a proper session 0. So I appreciate your patience as I kind of figure out how to work with players that do this distance thing as well. So I appreciate you guys' patience with me on that as well.
No problem.
All right, so I will see you all again on June the 10th.
All righty.
Sounds good. Everyone have a good
See
one.
y'all in.
Yep.
Bye-bye.
Everyone have a great night. Bye-bye.
Okay. Looks like it's just me and Marika. Signing off. Okay.
Your mic is off, Dark Whispers. Oh, wait, I know why. Never mind.
Thank you. All right. Just me and Marika left. This is something that we decided to do with this Discord group that he is in called Regiment. It's to help support veterans and people in the military. It's a great group for people who are active, veterans, families, friends. I am also a part of it. It's a great place to get to know people, and obviously we got to know some people that you were introduced to tonight. So that's pretty awesome. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed that. Yesterday was Memorial Day. I hope you all celebrated. It is a very, 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 very important holiday to celebrate and to recognize. If you know someone who, or if you are yourself someone in the military, a veteran, or if you've known someone that has fallen, yeah, it is a very important holiday, and I don't think that they get nearly enough the recognition they deserve at all. So I hope you all celebrated. I know we did. If you have any friends, if you are in the military, if you have any friends that's in the military or used to be, please give them some love. Please reach out to them. Give them love, whatever you can. They deserve it. They don't get enough. So that's my soapbox for the evening. I hope you all enjoyed our first D&D session. I know it was a little rocky at some points, but that's okay. That's what first sessions are for. So we will resume this session in 2 weeks. So it's going to be every other, what is today, Wednesday? Tuesday. It's going to be every other Tuesday for a little bit, for about 6 weeks. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you come back for our next session. No one has told you you are amazing, you are beautiful, you are awesome, no matter what anyone tells you, and I am so, so glad you're here. All right, everyone have a great evening, and I will see you in the next stream. Bye.